Welcome everybody to part 2 of the 12-hour Betwixt Marathon. This is the debunker party, and with me I've got some debunkers. There will be different ones in and out through this 2 hours here. Right now we've got on screen, we got Oli, we got Dave, and we got Science It Out. So now I asked, I gotta say, Oli, you are the one I've been enjoying the most lately. Thank you very much for joining. And we've got, let's see, I've got what I have is Kenji, the OG Kenji, will be joining, but he won't be on screen. But he's going to be updating the web page with your guys's links to your channels and stuff. So as he comes on, then in the Zoom chat. Anyway, let's start with Dave, because Dave, you recently crossed 100,000 subscribers.
I did. It was quite a surprise, to be honest.
I saw it coming because it was at 90,000 before. So yeah, it
yeah,
didn't surprise me. That's the next number after.
Yeah. It was just I didn't think when I started doing this that people would be so interested in what I've got to say. But there you go. And I think if Ollie keeps going the way he is at the minute, he won't be far off it soon.
Oh yeah, the challenge is going to be to get for Ollie to remember us little people when he's at 1,000,000. That's the challenge. Don't forget us, Ollie.
No way, no way.
Dave,
I have to say, I really enjoy your content, and maybe it's a little bit of an inspiration even to see a channel so dedicated. Every single week you make these. When I watch your videos, I'm trying to find mistakes, and you are probably one of the few channels that I literally cannot find anything wrong. Sometimes maybe an inconsistency left or right, but it's so hard. So I really enjoy it, and it's a different challenge to just, instead of debunking flat earthers, it's trying to debunk you, and I cannot do that. Although I have one idea that I'm thinking about, but I will not speak of it yet.
Well, thanks, all. I mean, I have to say, I thought sometimes I get carried away with the detective work, but I think you've just taken it to a whole new level now. And I'm almost tempted to send Eric Dubé some cream, because I think he's going to be sitting very uncomfortably now.
The guy, Eric. Yeah, that's a whole other topic, right?
You really got Dubé. Holy cow.
It's a project that that started a year ago or something, and I've had the script laying around, and now that I get some more views than normally, I was thinking like, okay, maybe I just should get the big guy and see what I can squeeze out of him. And it wasn't difficult. It wasn't easy. It's not hard, but to make it into an interesting story, and to just not go like, here's what he said wrong, here's the correct answer, there you go. I don't like that. It's just not. It's too boring. Everybody has done that. So I like to change it a bit and see if there is a story to tell. And even that is actually pretty easy. If I started at number 3, it would have gone the same way. But anyways.
Yeah. All right. So Dave McKeegan, everybody knows him. Ollie, or Oli. How do I say it right?
Ole.
Ole.
Long short. Ole. Yeah.
Okay.
With the silent
And your last name?
Dazzelier.
Say it one more time.
Dazzelier.
Dazzelier.
A-E. A-E. Dazzelier. Yeah.
All right. Now, I used one of your videos on the Crete. The Crete one that what's his name? Taboo Conspiracy did. And
seen it. Yeah, that was the first. Yeah.
Yep. And then, all right, now and your buddy down there, Science It Out, and your good stuff from you as well. So Science It Out. Introduce yourself in case people don't know.
Well, yeah, I'm not too big of a channel right now. Yeah, I generally do stuff like I mostly like to debunk some long distance observations because I made this simulator that lets me like simulate views from different places, stuff like that. I mean, there are a few simulators online already available, like Peak Finder or the one from Ulrich Deutschle. So those are great tools. I made my own well, before I even knew of those two really. So yeah, I generally like to take up some long distance observations, see what they look like simulated on a globe, and see what they look like simulated on a flat Earth. And it can sometimes be pretty funny to see what a view would have to look like on a flat Earth. And
Yeah.
flat Earthers really never check that. So yeah, they will.
They just think whatever they see is what they should see.
Yeah, pretty much. They see, oh yeah, we see like a millimeter more of this mountain than we should be seeing on a globe, therefore it's flat. And if it was flat, we should be seeing like a kilometer more. So yeah.
And they never get the the bottom, prediction for what explains it. It just does.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's perspective vanishing zone and yeah, what have you. Rayleigh criterion. Yeah.
Rayleigh criterion somehow.
Oh yeah.
And we've got all right. Science it out, and I can science that. You got a theme here? Hello.
Yeah, we've been confused multiple times already.
Again, another excellent channel that I've I mean, all you guys, your stuff has taught me so much. And if you've not seen I Can Science That, his stuff on dealing with and interacting with Alan space audits that I debated a while ago on Jaren's, super, super good. And the analysis of Ruyang Wang, his paper. I'm in Minnesota, not far from St. Cloud. I've been to St. Cloud hundreds of times. I've been to St. Cloud State University many, many times. That's where Ruyang Wayne is. I think he's still there. I looked him up recently. Like, he's still in faculty. I don't know. It's hard to know.
I don't see him on the faculty list.
Okay, so that would explain why he didn't answer my email. to something like Wang at St. Cloud State.mn something.edu. I don't know. Anyway, so very, very good application of what he's doing there, and no spoilers, but it doesn't prove either at all. So yeah, this is a spoiler. Sorry.
Yeah, go figure.
All right, Ed. Science it out. Where are you located on the globe?
Poland.
Warsaw,
okay. Poland. Yeah.
And Ola?
I'm from Belgium.
Belgium, okay. And Dave is in Dave's in England, jolly old England land. And I did send Cats and Creaky and Mr. Sensible and Simon Dan. I contacted all of them. All four of them were like, it's a bit late. I don't know. But if you're in Poland or Denmark, it's even later for you. So they have no excuse.
That's hardcore, guys.
Maybe they're too far in their ivory tower to give a damn. Could be. But Dave's here. I don't know. Dave's here.
I just took a nap just to be ready, right? Half an hour.
That's it.
During your first part of the stream, it wasn't boring, but I needed it.
Very, very good.
And I'm a bit of a night person anyway, so I tend to stay a bit late. So it's not that hard for me. I am a bit tired, but not too much.
Awesome. Sounds good. And of course,
yeah, I'm up editing at the minute.
I Can Science That. He's in America, so it's not late.
I'm in West Coast too, so.
Oh, it's Pacific time. It's 4:15 in the afternoon.
It's actually early for me.
Yeah. Well, we've got a couple people that have responded already. The Sun Express says, I'm gonna screw this up. The pronunciation is going to be terrible. It says, "Hello, Ola, D. Groten Vanuit Aruba." Aruba is, it's an island.
Yeah. All right, cool.
I don't. Could you maybe pronounce that better than I can, or do you not even understand what I said?
I didn't catch what you were
I
saying
can
now.
tell you what. I will do better than that. I will paste it in. I will paste what he said. I mean, if you have the live chat up, you can see it. But there, all right. I put it on X
No, I
as a
forgot.
DM on X there. So.
Oh, I see. Groeten van hallo. No, he says hi from Aruba. Yeah.
The island
groeten.
of Aruba.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
That's cool.
I
Yeah.
thought maybe it was a word.
An inside joke or something.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
it's just not boring. Sorry. No, not boring. I'm not calling anybody boring. Sorry.
It'd be great if there was a word in
Dutch.
In Dutch that. Wait a second. Where are you?
Belgium.
In Belgium, you speak Dutch.
Yes, it's a little bit complicated. Yeah.
Ah.
So we speak 3 languages. Flemish, which is the Belgian version of Dutch. We speak French at the southern part, and a little bit of German. So
okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least you have your own. Unlike Switzerland, they don't have their own.
They don't. No.
Yeah. All right. And then Professor Parks, PhD, says, thanks to all the great folks on this panel and all the great work y'all do. And Professor Parks will be joining us in about an hour.
Cool.
Nike Spitz or Nike Spitz says, hi, Oli. Ola. Nice to see you here. Keep up the good work. There it is. So
cool.
I've got a couple questions. But I want to know, Dave, you said you were editing. What are you working on?
I'm currently doing a video looking at the space telescopes, because I am sick to death of seeing people saying, why don't we just point the Hubble at the moon to show the flag, or why don't they point either of them at the Earth to show it's a globe? So I'm going through all the reasons why that wouldn't work, or why it wouldn't make any difference anyway.
Yeah, they'll it's the same. It doesn't matter which telescope points at the Earth, they'll deny it. Right? All right, what are you working on?
Make sure you include the Keystone. I think it's Keysight, right? That the Hubble is a knockoff of a CIA spy satellite. We have one pointed at the Earth. We have several of them pointed at the Earth all the time.
Yeah, there's enough satellites pointing at the Earth already that show it's a globe, and they all just say, no, it's CGI. So what difference would a giant telescope make?
Or how come they don't land one on the moon? Why on the moon? Why does it make a difference if it's on the moon versus in orbit?
Oh, well, no.
All right.
There's a proposal to build one on the moon, right? Because there's no atmosphere, so it would be really good viewing.
Yeah. But for 2 weeks in a row, you'll have no light to power it. So you'll have to figure a different way to power it for 2 weeks.
Landed on the North Pole.
Run a big extension cable.
Right?
Yeah, you could land it right on one of the poles so that it was, sort of always in light or near. Yeah.
Isn't there a project going on right now that is trying to do something, but with the camera people along with it, or am I missing something?
Well, I think that they're talking about the place that they'd like to land to put people there is on the South Pole. I don't know if...
Good idea.
Yeah. All right. What are you working on? I can science that.
Gosh. Nothing at the moment. I'm making lecture slides for next semester's classes.
Oh.
I was into that Wang thing for a while. And I was, maybe going to do some more special relativity. I might still do some more special relativity things if people find that interesting. Alan is actually not speaking to me anymore. So
Really?
yeah. So probably won't, that conversation is sort of over. But if other people find that interesting or want to learn more about, I think one of the things people don't know is that special relativity is backed by experimental evidence, and it's not just like some kind of made up thing. So that might be worth delving into.
Yeah. All right. Ola, what are you working on?
Actually, a collaboration with Science It Out here, because Jay Tolan released a video, which was great, because he's always very good at providing evidence for a globe.
Oh, I know.
But the challenge this time was he didn't say that much about where he exactly was and what he was seeing. So he left all the work for us. Unfortunately, or fortunately, Ben from Taboo Conspiracy released a video recently before ours got out, and he did some good pinpointing of mountains. He made a couple of mistakes too, so we have to rewrite the script. So yeah, I will do again a little bit of storytelling, and I will talk about the stuff that I probably won't be doing because it's just too much work, and do it anyways and show it on screen as a little bit of a joke or something. But Science It Out is just going to. He blew my mind, so we definitely have to show everything that he does because every time that we work on a video together, he is upgrading his program,
software.
his software to do crazy stuff. Bart, just tell them what you're doing. I guess we can't just spoil it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. So again, that was one of the applications of the simulator. So the way I'm going about identifying where the photos were taken from, I need an approximate location. So fortunately, he gave us this much because he said that he was in southern Utah, and you could see some landmarks in parts of his video. So then I knew roughly where to put the observer. Then when I can put the observer roughly in the right area, I can simulate the view from there. And the simulator, apart from just showing me the image of what should be seen, it also outputs a bit of metadata. So for each pixel, I know what exactly is the location that corresponds to this pixel. So then I can find out which mountains I am actually seeing by simply looking at this metadata. And then when I know which mountains I'm seeing and where they are in the image, I can just simply triangulate the location. So, I mean, it's not a direct calculation because I'm basically calculating where stuff should be in the image as seen from a particular location, and then try to minimize the error. So it's all basically computer does all the work. It iterates and tries to move the observer closer and closer to the actual position, and then at the end I'm landing at a position that is like half a mile away from the true position probably.
So this is to pinpoint where it was because he wasn't nice enough to say where he was.
Yeah,
Well,
pretty much.
He uploaded the flight path, but Bart here just didn't look at it, and he uploaded one of the frames, and his computer was able to pinpoint was it half a mile off or something. Even the elevation was in there, so to me it was mind blowing. So I thought we need to do something with that. So that will be up in a week or something.
That's cool. All right, so went through all four of you for that. Now I've got a question. Then, do flat earthers believe that pizza is the true representation of our planet, or is that just a cheesy theory? I'm sorry, groan on that if you need.
It's the dad jokes.
Love it.
On that same vein there, if gravity is just a conspiracy, how to explain why my socks mysteriously disappear in the laundry? Right? right?
Okay,
Have you
okay.
ever heard a flat earther talk? That's their.
That's a whole new conspiracy theory I haven't looked into, but
No,
I think you're onto something there. The socks thing,
could be. Yeah, it just could be a rebellion against gravitation.
and it's always one of the socks.
Yeah, tell you, I'm wearing my Menards shirt right here, Menards. And I'm wearing it because Industrial Nerd likes Menards so much, but he's not even here. And I mentioned that because Menards used to sell socks that I like, and I'm like, screw this getting a different brand of socks every time. I'm gonna always get the same brand of socks, and then Menards stopped selling that brand of socks. Then what? The answer is,
And are the new socks missing, or the Menard socks?
Well, yeah, and
Or
so
did-
if the old socks go missing, it doesn't matter because the new socks are the same. They just have less holes.
Really? Yeah,
Well-
but because they become thinner, so less dense, so they go up. You should check the ceiling or something.
They should. They probably have the ceiling.
Or they went into the vanishing zone.
It could be okay. Now,
Or
do you
their
guys?
angular size got too small and you can't tell them apart. So
It could be. Now, in England land, Poland land, and Belgium land, do you have the International House of Pancakes? Is that a thing there? Restaurant?
no.
No?
Nope.
No? All right, then guess who this question's for? Can you confirm that the International House of Pancakes is secretly the global headquarters for flat Earth discussions, given its pancake-themed menu items?
I cannot confirm nor deny that the IHOP is where they have those conversations. I think that I might be targeted if I were to say that.
Or it is, but nobody can find it.
All right, so I'm trying to get. I put all of your names, your links in the description, and then YouTube mangled them. So just a second.
So yes, I do love the International House of Pancakes that I believe is only in America. It might be in Canada.
Could be, but who cares?
I don't know. Apparently, it's not in UK. It's not in Belgium. It's not in Poland.
All right, there we go. I updated it. Maybe that will fix it. So, oh my goodness, we're at 30 minutes already. That went quick. I think we got started a little late because I was messing around. All right, I want to especially Dave, whatever. You're old news. The other three guys. Seriously,
but he's got the dog. He
does have the dog. All right, Dave, are you going to get the placard? You've got to get the plaque.
I'm hoping so. I'm waiting for it. I'm hoping NASA send it to me soon.
All right. Oh, look at Rusty. Such a lapdog. That placard will definitely anger the right people. So definitely get that.
I might get a globe-shaped one.
I don't think you can. It's just the one, right?
Oh, that'll be the next conspiracy, the fact that the plaques are flat.
Oh my gosh. No kidding. Let's see. Hold on a second. We got Kiros says, Dave, how do you feel about each of your videos getting such interaction happening in your comment section? Like all the flurfs congregate there now.
Oh yeah, it's brilliant, and I love the fact they've always got something to say, but never about the topic of the video.
Oh, they hate touching the topic. They will not touch the topic.
No.
They do that
Everything
on
else
Facebook
but.
too. Yeah, on Facebook too. I'll post a link to one of my things. Memes, hundreds of memes, nothing on topic.
No, or they'll hammer a point They'll get onto a topic that's not related to the video and they just won't shut up about it. So you do a video addressing what they've asked, and then they come in talking about something different.
Yep.
So yeah, I love it.
So all right. I mentioned Ole's Ole. I'm sorry.
Whatever.
Whatever. I loved that one. If you guys haven't seen the one on his on Dubé, it was fantastic. It was super good. And I can science that. I seriously, it was 3 or 4 nights in a row. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna listen again to another one of your. So I didn't just watch your videos on the generalized Sagnac effect once. I watched each of them at least twice. So, and science it out. I can't recall any recent ones, but I do appreciate because I've seen the stuff that Ole's done with your simulator. So, fantastic work on that simulator.
Thanks. Yeah, I recently put up actually a video which shows a few comparisons of globe versus flat simulations for different well-known long-distance observations. So this kind of drives the point home of how different those expectations are, and yeah, how weird the world would look like if it was actually flat.
Yeah, it would look weird. All right, so I have a video I'm planning. I'm going to talk to you about it. But guys, thanks a lot.
Sure.
I'm going to get next is going to be the TikTokers. So I will start sending those out as you guys kind of make your way out. I don't
Politely bugger off.
I don't want to. So the thing is, if I like boot you, then you can't come back in. And they're like, would you like to report? Like, no, I don't want to report. So anyway.
All right. See you guys later. And thanks for having me on. And thanks, Science It Out, for helping with that last video, by the way.
Oh, no worries. It was fun.
All right. See you later.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
And thanks for having me. Bye-bye.
Right.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Take care, guys.
So
Bye-bye.
this next one is it's all people on TikTok. And the problem with TikTok is it's TikTok DMs really suck. So anyway, I'm going to send them in TikTok, and all right. Ooh, may be able to join after all. So and typically what that means is like, he can't be around. We got that. All right. There's a bunch. Hopefully several of them can make it. I really enjoy the TikTok guys. They're super, super good. There we go. I think I sent it to the group there, the main group. So guys, if you want an email, if you're watching and you're in here and you want an email, just email me, mctuna@mctuna.net, and I'll send you an email link instead of the TikTok link. I will read a couple things while we're waiting for them to connect. Professor Parks, I read that one. We've got the Sun Express. Did someone say Poland? And then these letters, BIJBOLSZEWIKA. I have no idea what that means. That sounds amazing. I'll send that to him there. M Shedler 49 says happy holidays. Thank you for that, Matt, for $20. Icy Spin says, which is better, 120 volt or 240 volt? That's a great question to ask Josh. And welcome, Josh. It says your name,
Hey,
Josh.
how are
here.
you?
So I
Yeah.
hope you don't mind having your name out there, Josh.
No, it's fine. My name's everywhere.
Okay, so I'm going to try to get your links to your TikTok pages in here, but while I'm hosting this, because Ken G has not, he's not here yet. I don't know where he is, but anyway. What?
I was chatting with Baron. It sounds like he might be coming as well.
Oh, that'd be good. So Baron is a
Baron's
surveyor.
great.
And then, oh, is that you? Okay, you sent me that on. You messaged me on Discord as well.
Well, I tried to friend you on Discord.
Yes, I see that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so people know, what is your TikTok channel?
So you can find me at Pro Photo Josh, but TikTok's weird. It also has nicknames, so I also go by the nickname Dr. Hasselblad. If you can't tell, I'm a professional photographer. I end up talking a lot about the moon photos. So everybody used to say paging Dr. Hasselblad. So I took that nickname.
Are you, I mean, do you actually use Hasselblad? Have you?
I did back in the film days. Since digital became a thing, I haven't touched a medium format camera in well over a decade.
Okay. I remember going, I was in Vegas at a pro photographer, I forget his name. I have the book right up there. Peter Lick. Peter Lick.
Oh yeah.
He did I think it with medium format cameras. And I went to his studio in La Jolla, California. I saw a studio there as well. So love the pictures. I've got the book. It's a giant book of lots of photos of his. Very cool stuff.
Yeah, I think I've been to one of his studios in Key West, Florida. So,
and we've got joining Planet Peterson.
The king of the shows.
Planet Peterson, man. The flatties cry.
Prince, I am not nice to them.
Prince could have sung a song about you.
That's I'm honored.
Yeah. And you are also on YouTube. So let's see. And we've got Bedazzle in the house. Are you in your truck? Oh, he's connecting to audio. Let's see.
Whoops.
So, Planet Peterson, you would do often. You do live debates on TikTok with the flatties.
Yes, I don't do any live streaming or anything on YouTube. I just upload stuff.
Yeah, that are typically captured from the live streams you do on TikTok.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I do. Some podcast stuff too, but
was it somebody thought it was Trey Hutchinson, but it wasn't Trey Hutchinson, but they were talking as derpy as Trey was. But you've spoken with Trey?
Trey, the Trey Angles guy?
Yes.
Trey Angles.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know his last name, but yeah, it's been a while. I had to stop because
it's too dumb.
You can't talk about things that are real with Trey. And Trey also can't talk about one thing. He can only talk about 500 things at the same time, none of which are real and none of which are cohesive or coherent.
So Bedazzle and Bedazzle basically brought him to my channel here. Oh, it was over a year ago, wasn't it?
It was.
And it was hilarious. Traycation, yeah. He's the one that read cation instead of cat ion, and I gently tried to correct him, and he rejected my correction and doubled down and tripled down on it being pronounced cation instead of cat ion. I'm like, it's a positively charged ion. No, it's not. Really?
What does he think a negatively charged ion is called?
Anion. He literally.
Anion. Okay, Anion. That'll be his first daughter's name. I name you Anion, or just Annie for short.
Oh, please don't reproduce, please. Oh man, that'd be terrible. All right, I sent to let's see, Globey McGlobeface can't be here. He said I sent to who else?
Globeman.
Oh, Globeman. He sent me a video. I'll pull that up. Julius said he couldn't. I think.
What about Baron?
Baron said he might be busy. Oh, he said, "What's the passcode?" Oh, there shouldn't be a passcode.
Yeah, wasn't one for me.
But let's
This
see.
is currently debating a flat earther on TikTok.
Who is?
Well, when I first clicked the link, I didn't have the app on my phone, and it was asking for a password once I installed the app. But I exit out and then I went back into the link and it brought me up.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
that happened to me too.
That's part of it. Yeah. So, I see Spin says, "Don't forget about the turbo encabulator." Yeah, I read a little bit of his read a little bit of the turbo encabulator stuff to him, and he didn't get it. He missed it. He literally thought that all of Globeman's here. He literally thought that Antarctica was made of salt. That's what he thought.
It's the saltiest place on Earth, according to him.
Well, it's plenty of salt there, sure, but it's not made of salt. He just thought, he didn't know what ubiquitous
It's
meant.
not snow, it's salt.
He said it says in this paper that halite is, which is basically a salt bearing mineral rock. It says it's ubiquitous, therefore it's made of that. No, it just means it is found all over the place. He didn't get it.
I talked to a hollow earther once, and they're talking to me about, I don't know what they think that thing inside the earth is, but they say it's made of crystalline glass. I was like, how do we know it's made of crystalline glass? And then they said like a chunk of it broke off and was recovered in Africa. I was like, when did this happen? And what was what was its composition? And then he said, well, I don't know. It was never found out. I was like, but so you're telling me it's made of glass, but we've never been there, and a piece fell off, but nobody actually has the piece. So how is it that you're telling me it's made of glass? And that didn't go anywhere. I don't know. That was a long time ago. Globeman, maybe you remember that, but that was wild.
I wasn't really listening. I was struggling with the settings for a second, but now I'm here.
All right, welcome to Globeman and Baron Rutledge. Baron is Globeman debates TikTok live. Good stuff always. And Baron is a real life surveyor that man, tell you, if you guys like trig, every once in a while he'll do a little bit of trig porn up there on his videos. And it's good stuff. The nice thing about him doing it is it's always right. And I don't have to think about it. I just follow along, and I'm there for the ride. But also, Baron, I love your basically a lot of your stuff is tutorials on how to do introductory surveying work.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that. Can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Okay. Didn't know if you can hear me. So yeah, I actually do this stuff in the field, and people pay me to do it. How to change your name on your profile? It's showing your wife's name. Yeah, that's my wife's Zoom account. So
it's not showing at the moment, but you can change it.
I don't know how to do that.
Be able to. I'll try to change it for you. Let's see here.
We all heard it here firsthand, though. Baron admitted he's a NASA shill. He gets paid by the government to do it.
Saint Nick
it's
wants
okay.
dead.
He's going to change it on his end, babe.
There we go. Got it.
We're good. All right. Thank you. Appreciate that.
And so you know what? If you saw the debate between Dean Odell and Greg Locke, Dean Odell had that, what he called a flat football field.
Mm-hmm.
And of course it's not flat. We know that football fields are not flat, but he claimed it was flat. And somebody mentioned in the comments of my video where that football field is, and actually knows the guy that made the video, the deceptive video on claiming it was flat. So I know where that football field is. And I'm like, oh, I would love to get a professional surveying company nearby to go and do an actual survey of the field. But I got to imagine it's probably on the expensive side to get that done.
Not really. I mean, something like that's really easy to do. It's generally speaking just doing some topo, which is just collecting a bunch of data points.
Yeah.
Rendering that with some software to understand kind of what's happening. But so the way that this works is water, we have to think about how to get water off these projects, football fields, roads, sidewalks, parking lots. The rule of thumb is water rolls on hard surfaces at 0.5%. Water rolls on dirt and not so hard surfaces at 1.5%. So if you want to get water off that football field, there needs to be a crown at some point in that football field, unless you're going to sheet drain it to one side. Well, generally speaking, there's a crown in the field, or a hump, so to speak. So as the water falls down, you can slope the water off to the edges of the field.
Okay. So what's a percent versus what's that mean to the rest of us? 1%, 0.5%, 1.5%.
So, if I say, 1.5%, that means for every 100 feet, I've increased or decreased my grade by 1.5 feet.
Okay.
So it's out of 100 feet. So if you see a sign that says 6%, you've dropped.
It's a rise over run.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. You take the difference in elevation and you divide that by your run. It's basically a pretty simple triangle.
All right. Well, maybe I'll talk to you about that a little more privately. Maybe we can. It's in Mississippi, so it's not near you. I will be driving near it in March.
Okay.
I actually could stop by there in March potentially. I'll be going from Florida I'll be in Pensacola, and then I'll be driving to Texas where the eclipse will be, and leaving my camper in Texas in early March, and then returning in early April.
Nice.
That's right. The eclipse is in March. I need a request out to be in Texas or something.
Yeah, April 8th is the date. So
okay, April.
Yeah, and after the first of the year, I'll start talking about where I will be and start making plans. And if people were interested in being at the same place that I'll be, then they can. So, okay. Planet Peterson. Mm-hmm. You're a teacher.
Yes, I am.
What do you teach?
Currently, I teach chemistry. I've always taught at a high school, but I currently just teach chemistry this year. But I've taught earth science, astronomy, biology, anatomy and physiology, physical science, and chemistry. So I've taught basically everything.
Is at your school, is physics like the final year course?
My school's a little different. It's a charter school, and we're partnered with a local university. So we don't actually have a physics teacher. The students dual enroll and take care of their physics that way.
Okay. Is physics mandatory, or is it?
You want to start a truck?
Optional.
It's very odd the way it works. Basically, in California, how it works is, well, most states do this. You have to, they break all the subject matters into standards. So there are life science standards. There are physics standards, which are really chemistry and physics because it's the nature of atoms and like chemical bonds as well. And then there are the earth science and astronomy standards. Now, you can, schools try to be creative, like, because most schools don't have a physics teacher. So they try to do all the physics in an earth science class where you do a lot of astronomy and you try to learn the physics by blending it in that way. So it's very weird. There isn't any class per se you have to take. You're just required to be exposed to all the standards.
I see. Okay. In Minnesota, physics is optional, and it's the senior year. So it was kind of the demarcation for kind of the different people, right?
Yeah, I'm originally from South Dakota.
Oh, there you go. What part? East or west?
By Watertown, so pretty close to Minnesota.
Okay. Yeah, so I still have my my notes from my physics class. Our teachers let us bring a cheat sheet to the test. So
nice.
I took all of my notes on my cheat sheet, so I didn't actually have to do anything to prep for the test the day before. The person that sat right next to me, she was the valedictorian, and she would spend the whole class just pounding notes. And then the day before, she would try to cram as much of those notes onto her cheat sheet. And it was just solid, just marking. There's no space on it. And I just had, 4 different equations. We got the same grade.
Nice.
She's an English
Nice.
teacher.
I still have some college notebooks over there too, but they're from life science classes. Physics is definitely my weakest subject. But when I talk to flurfers, they really try to obfuscate and say a lot of things that don't make any sense. But well, obviously nothing they say makes sense. But they try to use terms that people don't know, and they're trying to bank on that. Like what's his name? Nitwit, or no, not nitwit, dipshit, or no, Witsit.
That's the one.
There it is.
That's
There
his
it
name.
is.
When you and him had this debate, and he said, "Do you know anything about resonance?" And like he was trying to talk, or what was it? I don't remember. It was something about a resonance, because you guys were trying to talk about like why objects fall or whatever. And then he said, it's all about the resonance. And you're like, what are you talking about? And then he just started laughing like, he doesn't even know what resonance is. It was like, no, but you just made something up. It was on a modern day debate thing that you did with him. But anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, I think that actually plays to, I think that's a strength for me, because I try to keep it very simple with the flat earth stuff. I don't let them talk about conspiracies. I don't let them talk about a bunch of convoluted stuff that an expert would kind of know what they're talking, or would be able to identify that they're saying nonsense. I go, nope, let's look at where the North Star is at 45 degrees latitude, and then let's predict where it would be at 30 degrees latitude. It's not where it would be predicted by your model. Your model fails. Yeah. And I think that's why they hate me, because I keep it simple, which is at their level. It's still kind of above their level, I think, but yeah, keeping it simple.
I like to say that really, for most of it, you don't need anything more than 8th grade science and math. It's about it.
No.
Yeah. Well, it's like Caleb said, he asked you to break it down to a 4th grade level, and you said, I have been. Oh yeah, 4-year-old. That's right. Not even 4th grade. And you said, I have been.
I don't know how I came up with that, so it just came out. It just came out.
That was ridiculous, because it was the Snell's law thing. He's like, draw it on a curve. It's like, okay, but it won't be to scale. He said, I don't care. And then he said, oh, so cartoons are what you're going with?
Exactly. Jin CBR1. He's like, I'm showing him pictures of the curve from high elevation. He's like, yeah, well, show me measurements. So, all right, okay, let's put all that away. And then we get to barren strength. I pulled up a bunch of surveying stuff, and I'm showing him the surveying results. He's like, well, just show me. That's nothing. That's just math. Show me a picture. I'm like, I just showed you a picture. You asked for measurements.
It's Groundhog's Day. They wake up every day and the same thing happens. It's like,
no.
What is it? You know him as Chemo. It's the same conversation with him every single time.
Spurs, it's Spurs Chemo, and then Spurs, then Chemo, and now what's he go by?
Gas pressure.
Gas pressure. Yeah.
He has no clue.
The fun part is he names himself Gas Pressure, but I have outright asked him, and he does not believe there is any atmospheric pressure in the entire world. I don't even know what that means.
What does that mean?
He refuses to elaborate.
How does a suction cup work? Why does water boil at a lower temperature in Denver? What?
Yeah, well, I'm not making any claims, Tyler.
Let's have a look.
That strategy is an interesting strategy that I've noticed recently. You can drill down that what they're saying is nonsense. You can, like, because what I do is I grant them their position and then we debunk it.
Yeah.
And they will say, I'm not making any claims. And it's like, So you have total ignorance, yet you have a worldview. What kind of way to live? And you're making claims about like a specific thing in your world. What kind of way to exist is that? I can't imagine. I think it's actually cope. I think that's something that they have to say. Otherwise, it's just the death of their identity, and nobody's willing to destroy that part of themselves.
Yeah, they are ignorant Earthers.
Yeah,
they're Colonel Schultz. If you've seen Hogan's Heroes, Icy Spin in the chat is wondering which is better, 120 volt or 240 volt. I had some Europeans on in the last segment. That's why.
If you're charging a car, 240.
There you go.
Well, here's the real question. Okay, who's been on the moon again? What was it?
12 Americans.
That's right.
Freedom voltage.
That's it. Professor Parks, PhD, said, fun fact, there are 1,700 international IHOP locations. Makes it easier for the global cabal to meet over some Rudy Tooty fresh and fruity.
They only eat flat foods. So I've heard. I wonder if Flurfers would like lefse. Do you know what lefse is?
Oh yeah, potato. Okay. It's basically tortillas made out of potatoes.
Yep, it's a Norwegian thing imported to the part of the country where we're from.
Yeah,
it's really good if you put some butter and some sugar on it.
Cinnamon sugar.
Yeah, even better.
That's the way to go. Let's see. Icy Spin says, what are the benefits of TikTok over YouTube? None?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well, live streaming on YouTube is, I'll just admit, I don't really know how to do it. I mean, I know how to like screen capture and all that stuff, but TikTok, you open your phone and you're ready to go and you can talk to 1,000 people.
And other people can easily join because it's embedded in. So that's nice.
Yeah, the way we're doing this is really complicated. You have to email us. We have to have this program. We have to get on and do all these things. People are lazy and people always gravitate towards the laziest thing. Tons of products that were revolutionary and were extreme, like unquestionably better products, flopped because people are like, nah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So TikTok just, the ease of use
the bar.
Is probably the number one thing.
And that's why there's so much dumb there.
Probably.
It made it possible to be stupid and live stream.
Yeah, it really does come down to I think TikTok, it's great for exposure if you want to just get your face out there and grow. I think it's really good for that. I don't know why, but it just seems to work. If you find a niche, it takes off. But I think it would be much harder to make that a career path because I mean TikTok is highway robbery. You'll get like $10 worth of donations and they're like, oh yeah, here you can keep 30 cents. Enjoy.
Wow.
Well, the creator program was working well for me, but I got kicked off of it on Christmas.
Ah, well, Merry Christmas.
Right.
You fucking beta.
Wait, why did you get kicked off of it?
They kept flagging me for unoriginal content because I would upload a video of me during one of my live streams, and they can't tell the difference between me ripping that off from some other channel and it being me. Half the time I would appeal them and it would work. The other half the time it wouldn't. And I accrued 5 of them in 30 days, and they're like, "You're off the program." I can reapply in a month, but yeah.
So they kick you off for not using original content.
Yeah, but
could it be that someone was reporting it?
Maybe it's possible, but they do kind of have an automated system for it too.
Oh yeah, it's all automated.
Yeah,
for that. That's crazy.
You could always reach out to Nixie. I won't talk about that too much now, but yeah, it might be worth reaching out to him.
I have. Yeah.
All right. Ken G is joining. He's my webmaster, so he will be he'll be putting some of the stuff on the website as we go. That's what he's doing here.
Nice.
Let's see. Tell you, I do enjoy on TikTok, and I love watching you guys there. And when TikTok started getting going and flat earthers are going there, I'm like, oh, well, what's going on there? And you guys all showed up, and you are all so awesome. So you are destroying the flat earthers on TikTok, and great job doing it. Really great job. If there was, there isn't. But if there was a NASA payroll, you guys would be the top dogs to go over to TikTok. I have to say, Bedazzle he does songs and does some music, and he's got the Gotta Light a Flurf song, which is great. And then totally not related to any of this, Bedazzle, my favorite song from you is the truck driving, big truck driver.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Oh my gosh, I love that song. Seriously, is it on your YouTube channel?
It is.
Okay,
yes.
so I linked in the description. I have links to all of your guys' TikTok channels. So if you guys want to hear a fun song, if you're a trucker, I know there's a few truckers that watch, you go listen to his big truck driver song. It's awesome.
It's going to be under Bedazzle Topic.
Bedazzle Topic. Okay. So there it is. I actually, on my MC Tune Live channel, I did a community post to your YouTube one a couple weeks ago. So Dirt Bike loves Baron's videos.
Thanks. I'm just now moving stuff over to YouTube. So I created an account there, same name, Baron Rutledge. And I'll be doing, I'm going to gravitate more away from TikTok and kind of get more into, I think, YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't see my lifespan lasting too much longer via TikTok. It's, it's a great place. It's easy, for sure. But you have a lot of, it's very toxic. There's, I think YouTube has, at least a flat earth community from what I've seen, with the exception of a few. There are some guys that will accept data and, do their own research. So, and that's important to me. If you're, claiming to be searching for the truth, I would expect you to have a behavior in line with that value.
They don't. We know that. Yeah. But don't worry, YouTube is toxic too.
Mostly just the comment section.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and TikTok, man, it's hard to do comments on TikTok. You only get a certain number of characters, and TikTok will, and the UI is not easy. If you're using a web browser, I click on a comment, it doesn't bring me to it.
You gotta scroll through and find it.
And you gotta scroll through and find it, and they hijack the Command F key, so you can't find it with find and so you're screwed. You can't use a web browser to reply to a comment on a video that's got a lot of comments on it.
Yeah.
Where YouTube, you click the link in your notification, it brings you right to it. So
yeah, it's definitely frustrating. I don't know. I think YouTube has a lot of obviously the original guys on there, like people who were around before even I was, Nathan Oakley and all them. I think that crowd is just hilarious to listen to, though, in all honesty. Like, I don't know what it is, but just hearing them, like, they will pick apart things that do not matter, like a diagram that you used, and they're like, well, you don't see the Earth like that. It's like, dude, it's a drawing on MS Paint. Why do you care so much?
Anyway, I'm gonna move to the astronomy portion. Got some astronomers coming on. So guys, TikTokers, thank you for joining. I have all your stuff in the description. We'll get them on the website, the webpage for this. Thank you for coming to the party. Anything? Let's give some parting comments as you pop out. Josh, what's cool on your channel?
Well, my channel is basically just me reposting like Simon Dan and Professor Dave stuff, so I could trigger flurfers to get pissed off enough to get me enough to go live. So I haven't posted any. Mainly, I go on TikTok to go live and get yelled at by flurfs, and then try to calmly explain why they're wrong.
An excellent way to do it. So people, go subscribe to Josh. He's the first one in the list there, and get him to 1,000 so he can go live and crush them.
Oh no,
folks.
I'm already at.
Oh, you're
I'm
already
over
there.
1,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Actually, after this, I'm going to debate somebody else on TikTok. So,
Perfect.
yeah, I'm already there. But thanks.
Got it. All right, we got some of the astronomers coming in. Planet Peterson, what do you got going? Astronomers coming in.
Planet Peterson. I got I don't know. I have like 2,000 TikTok videos probably at this point. If you go to my page, I have it all in playlists. There's evolution, there's Big Bang, there's flat Earth, there's just general random debates and stuff like that. I do have a book coming out. It should be coming out in a couple of weeks. Rational Answers to Stupid Questions.
Ooh,
so
nice.
I've talked to so many hundreds of idiots that I now know everything that they're going to say. And if you check out the book, you'll know how to respond to a creepy uncle or annoying coworker or random internet troll.
Very nice.
And you'll know how to respond to, well, I don't see curvature. You'll know how to respond to stupid stuff like that.
Awesome. All right, Globe Man.
I have no idea how many videos I've posted. I'm not as cool as Planet Peterson, but
It's hard.
I don't know.
It's a high bar.
It definitely is, but I don't know. I mostly do my videos just as responses to other people's content. Kind of similar to the Simon Dan, model. I'll find a video that I think is, interesting, that's found some popularity on the flat Earth side. Find the inconsistencies within it, and then let them know to have a nice day afterwards.
You're
it's
always
pretty much
so
it.
Nice.
Oh yeah, until I'm live, then it depends. But yeah, that's about it. I am, like my name says, average Glober.
All right, Baron.
Yeah.
What do you got? That's cool coming.
Okay, so I'm driving. I'm heading out on January 5th. I'm driving up the Pacific Coast Highway. I'm making a couple stops along the way. One of them being San Francisco, and I'm going to be doing some horizon dip angles at sea level, with and without refraction being accounted for, to kind of show people what the actual difference would be and what we're observing. Try and help people understand some of the math, where we get some of these things from, how to, apply for it, account for it, so they say. So I've got some predictions made up based off of, just some R value stuff. And so we'll see what kind of angles I turn down to the horizon and see if it rises to eye level.
Very cool.
So that's on January 6th. I'll be doing that for a full day, San Francisco, and then I'm hoping to get up towards San Diego and meet up with Bobby Shafto.
Bobby Shafto, love him.
Yeah.
Here's this. I'm gonna be in Phoenix when you're not in Phoenix.
I know.
So
we're missing each other, but you know what? If
I was in San Diego when Bobby was not in San Diego in 2019. 2019.
Yeah.
Way back then. So, yeah. All right, B-Dazzle.
Well, I've been on the road for a year, so I've been collecting videos of just my travels and stuff. So probably going to be posting more of that.
You got an epic one. Lake Pontchartrain.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. I stopped at Lake Pontchartrain and got a video of the transmission lines curving down.
That's awesome.
So my channel is like a mixture of everything: flat Earth, travel, and music, etc.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thank you, TikTokers. It's been good having you. We're switching to astronomy now. We got
thanks
some,
for having me
a
up.
couple astronomers.
Have a good one.
I'll let you guys.
Thanks, Tim. Good to see you guys.
Right,
thanks for the invite.
All right, Ken G. If you look at the YouTube description for this video, you'll see the links to the people that were on here. If you could add those to the web page.
Gotcha.
That'd be cool. All right.
Hey, Bob, the science guy. Trying to exit out of here.
I can
Go with God, my son.
All right,
kick me out.
I'll get you out. All right, there you go. See ya. All right, well, thank you. All right, this happened. This was, I'm like, what theme should we do? And there's a ton of astronomers in this field, so it's super exciting to see all of you guys in here. We're going to start right at the top there. We got Professor Parks. Professor, what's going on? He look at that. He's sitting in his office.
Actually, no. Well, kind of. This is at home.
Home. Okay.
But yeah. I tend to love some books. So, if you hadn't noticed, much better than YouTube. I found that actually, appreciating books more than YouTube is good.
I just got this. I've already read it. I already listened to the audiobook for No Shadow of a Doubt by Daniel Kennefic. It's a fantastic book.
Nice. Very nice. I'll have to look that up. But yeah, right now I'm in break. I'm actually working with a couple of high school students doing a project that might be a little challenging. We are attempting to look at gravitational lens objects to determine the mass of the lensing object. So basically you have a galaxy, and then you have a background galaxy, and the background galaxy gets lensed because light curves due to space-time, and they appear as kind of different images on the sides. And separation is dependent on the mass. So
I've seen those. Those are really pretty cool. How you get like these. I don't know which ones you're talking about, but like just like these lines around it. Yeah, this arc around it of light, and you're like, where's that from?
Yeah. With JWST, you can't. I have yet to see an image that does not have it, which is amazing at this point. So
I suppose, yeah. All right, so we've got Professor Rob Parks, been teaching for a while. Then you've got the other side of the teaching potential thing. We got Eric Burns, who is working right now on you're in your PhD program, correct?
Yep, just got done with my first semester for my PhD, and boy, that was hard. But thank God the first semester is done with. But currently not doing any research, but will be doing stuff with galaxies soon.
That's cool. You worked on some Hubble data back your previous stuff?
Yeah, for my master's, used Hubble data, worked with white dwarf stars, and then also, if you can see the astronomy shirt here, for the observatory that I was at one summer.
What? Sorry, I missed it.
McDonald Observatory.
Oh yeah, you get some free Big Macs.
Yes. There's actually, I know my advisor said there was a funny story when it was being built, and the whoever was delivering a part got confused and delivered one of the parts to a McDonald's near the town. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Who's your advisor, real quick?
This was at Texas A&M Commerce, Curtis Williams.
Okay. Not sure if I know them.
All right. Then we've got Dr. Bob, who is someone is asking, is he a real doctor? He is a real doctor.
Hey, Mike, how are you tonight? You've got quite a little panel going here.
Great. This is a great panel. Look at these people.
Yeah.
I feel like,
here.
What am I doing with these? You guys are the stars. So,
I'm just an amateur. These guys are the pros.
Study the stars.
Yeah, these guys are the pros. I'm just kind of an enthusiastic amateur.
But you've got that little observatory out in your yard there.
Yeah, a little one. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I've got my little RASA out there and my little dome, so I turret away the nights. I like to run two at once. So I got my asteroid work out of the dome, and then I actually look at fun things for people on YouTube to keep their interest, because taking 3-minute images of the same spot of the sky 40 times and then doing it again 4 times doesn't really hold the interest. They like to see comets and galaxies and stuff once in a while in color.
Yeah. Well, speaking of pointing a telescope at something fun for the public to see, That's what Anthony Perkic does here. There you go. You don't want to be muted. Anthony, I don't know if these other guys know what you do or not.
I'm an astrophotographer, hobbyist, obviously amateur, but I also am officially a telescope demonstrator at Griffith Observatory in Los Angeles. So I mean, it's not a research place, but I deal with a lot of having to teach people, the public. And there was actually one story I forgot to tell you when you interviewed me the last time. It's like, oh boy, this one would make you guys all laugh, but we can get there another time. But and then the picture you see that I'm in pose behind me, that's my own picture at 42. And I actually just finished taking a picture of every object in the Messier catalog. So I have done all 110 objects I've done. So and that was 2 to 3 years of work there.
This is funny because you got 3 head nods.
Yeah.
When you said that, and I don't know if the rest of the audience is nodding their heads to that one. So maybe fill in so they know what you're talking about.
So long story short, Messier in the 19th century France was an astronomer who was literally trying to look for comets, like every little fuzzy thing he could look for in the sky for whatever he could see from Paris. But as we know, comets are always moving. So he'll find it and then he'll see if it's moving and then that'll be confirmed. But a lot of these fuzzy objects that he found didn't move. They were always going to be in the same spot. So he left a catalog of these objects so he knew not to bother with them. Little did he know, these were some of the most famous objects in the sky, like the Pleiades and the Orion Nebula and the Andromeda Galaxy. These really, really great objects that Bob knows that these keep the interest of the public really well. These are the things that make people want to get into space. I'm sure you would agree.
Yeah, doing a Messier marathon is on my bucket list. Plus, also doing what you just did, which is image every single image or object in the list. So
mine as well. So there's some of the most beautiful objects in the sky.
And then one of those objects is actually what I used for my master's. M11 was the one that I was using. So that was a fun
The
cluster.
wild duck cluster, you got that one. Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Use the white dwarf stars, which are like extremely dim to the point where Hubble, it's like that's near the range that Hubble can't even see. They're that dim with that much stuff in the way.
Has Webb looked at that yet then?
Probably, but I'm not working with that anymore. And then I haven't touched anything James Webb yet, at least.
You're too busy with school.
Hopefully next year I'll be able to do research and get to use James Webb because my new advisor, he's already used it. So.
Oh, very cool.
Nice.
I did. If you're on TikTok, there's Astro Alexandra.
Oh yeah.
She talks about James Webb all the time. I sent her a message, but she doesn't follow me, so she has to accept my message. She's going to be invited, but maybe a future time.
She's also on Instagram, and I invited her to give a talk at Evening Under the Stars, and have not heard back from her. So.
It's probably pretty difficult to contact her. I imagine she's pretty inundated with messages.
Yeah.
Like I can't respond to all my emails, and I don't get that many. It's too many for me already. So yeah, and we should get Mikey Smith in here because he's an astronomer too.
I honestly thought about changing my name on here to Mikey Smith before I joined.
I think we all ought to change our name to Mikey Smith. He's my hero. He's my personal hero.
It's the next call-in show. Just everyone change their name to Mikey Smith before they join.
I mean, I can call him right now.
Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O.
I mean, this poor guy. He's sitting there having no clue how to do astronomy, thinking that he's debunked all of astronomy by pointing his cell phone camera through cheap binoculars. Just one eyepiece. Why not a telescope? Don't know. Just because the binocular is the way to go.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
You cannot compete with that level of intelligence. unfortunately.
You can use this through a telescope. You can't really see it because blur from the camera. But that was some. I think I sent you the picture of the moon.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
at least the thing that I'm thankful for, and there are very few things that I'm thankful for about flat earthers, is they've stopped showing out of focus planets.
They have?
Oh
no. Oh no.
Oh really? Okay.
Oh.
I've just been blessed with not seeing that.
Every day on Facebook, 1,000 memes are posted of out of focus stars.
Just go on Facebook, just go to the space.com page in the comments section. That's all you'll ever see.
Oh,
nice.
It's, I think you guys are giving the flat earthers a bad reputation here. They're really not. Their focus is actually very, very good. What they're doing is they're detecting the black holes that are hidden in the center of every star.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's the dark energy. That's where dark energy.
Yeah, that's the dark energy. And I hope I don't violate my NASA contract talking about that, but
it's true.
I admire people that find those black holes in the middle of stars.
Well, I can talk about it. I haven't gotten my NASA paycheck yet. I'm still on the
And
pennies.
you may never.
The pennies.
Oh yeah.
I'm still on those pennies right now. So.
Yeah.
So
you get
it's
paid?
a huge bureaucracy, so you have to wait a while to get those.
Yeah, we do call that pennies from heaven, by the way.
Yeah.
You gotta wait. There's when you call into NASA HR, if Karen answers, hang up. That's a pro tip right there.
Always wait for Bill. Bill cuts through the stuff.
Betsy's good. You butter her up a little bit. Betsy, she's ready for you. She'll make.
That's the one we got to send the lollipops and the candy to, right?
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
She gives them to her grand. He's not in the chat. There's somebody with a fake Mikey Smith in the chat. I checked.
I forgot there was a live chat here.
I can call him, and he has nothing to do. He's unemployable and sits alone in his house his apartment all day. He'll probably answer. I don't think you'll be able to hear him, or he'll be able to hear you. But I could call and he could ask it. I could get a pertinent question from him. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if you want
to.
No.
Benga.
Gary,
Why Benga?
No. Just no.
What do you want?
Mikey,
what?
you are the ultimate astronomer, and I've got a panel of 4 actual astronomers, and so would you like to ask them any questions?
Hi, Mikey.
Hello, Mike.
I'm
Hey, Mike.
Hello. The stars as we speak.
I don't think I have the sound ported from you guys to Mikey. So what are you doing right now, Mikey?
I'm recording the stars.
You're recording
Same thing you should be doing.
You're recording a star. Which star?
I'm not sure right now. I think it's Arcturus.
Sure. You think it's Arcturus? Well, how can you
Arcturus
find out?
Arcturus this time of the year?
I get my buddy here to look at the stars.
Not sure about that.
No,
because I'm using my phone right now.
Try again.
Well, these astronomers say you're not seeing Arcturus this time of year.
Maybe Betelgeuse.
Yeah, good for that.
Maybe Aldebaran. Betelgeuse.
Aldebaran, Betelgeuse.
What color is it?
I'm looking in the northwest.
Northwest.
Assuming it's red.
Northwest.
Big bright star.
What color
you're
is
looking
it?
at Vega.
What color is it?
That's Vega.
It's
blue.
Blues,
Okay.
reds, and oranges.
Blue, yeah, it's Vega.
Blues, reds, and oranges.
Okay, well that's so funny. Now it's a globe then, I guess, right?
That would be twinkling.
Vega.
Yes.
We have this little thing called an atmosphere.
Why is that funny? It's a globe now, right? Because it's Vega.
No,
Your
it's
science is horrible.
It's. Oh, he hung up on me.
Actually, it was a globe before it was Vega. It was still a globe before it was Vega.
Yeah.
And we've got connecting right now is Professor Nixie. He's working to get connected. He's on TikTok, but he does astronomy as well. So I think he's got to get his audio going. So
this is Luna, by the way.
Luna, very cute cat there named Luna.
I have a cat named Andromeda.
Oh my gosh, so crank.
I have I have my cat Phoebe over here, but she is asleep, and my camera is propped up on something, so I can't really turn it over.
I wanted to name my cat Mozilla, but I got a thumbs down.
Well, Phoebe is named after an object in astronomy, but I am assuming the astronomers here know what I'm talking about.
The
might
moon?
be a moon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Might be a moon and Mars.
Moon of Saturn.
Or Saturn, rather, yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to name my kids after body parts, but my wife wouldn't let me. I wanted to have a Henley and a Douglas.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like tibia or tibia.
Hey, Rachel's out there in the chat.
I invited her, but she said she's not feeling well. So
that's okay.
Sad for that, but glad to see her in the chat.
I always liked her. She was a nice gal. Even when she was
still is. Now she's doing she's railing after Flatzoid.
She's making Flatzoid cry.
Yeah, exactly.
Professor Nixie, it looks like you might have your audio connected.
Yes, I do.
Can you hear me? Nerd?
Yes.
Industrial nerd, that's an epic name for a cat. Meow Se Tung.
Nice.
That's nice.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. Go for it, man.
All right, Professor.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I do. Professor Nixie does live, kind of like you, Anthony, live viewings on TikTok through his telescope. So cool stuff.
Well,
yeah.
Somebody else has one of these, Bob the Science Guy has one, so I should show mine.
So mine's in California. I'm visiting Missouri, so mine's all the way in California.
What is that? So I don't have no idea what that is.
This is hydrogen alpha Coronado 70 millimeter.
I was about to say LUT, but thank you for correcting me.
Coronados are gold, lungs are white.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea what this thing is. It just showed up on my doorstep one day.
Okay. Now you've put the words to what it is. It still means nothing to me. And
it's looking at the chromosphere of the sun. Normally with a white light filter, you see the photosphere, which is just kind of a white disk with sunspots on it.
Okay.
This sees all the structures that are on the sun and all of the prominences and filaments and all sorts of really cool stuff. It's used to study the sun. Plus, you can also take the etalons off of it and swap out the diagonal in the back and just use it as a 70 millimeter refractor for wide field, taking pictures of big things in the sky like the North American nebula.
Or you get a second one so you can do calcium K.
Nice.
Yep.
What's calcium K?
Calcium K lets you see deeper into the photosphere and lets you see the magnetic structure. Doesn't let you see the filaments, but it lets you see the hotter part of the photosphere. It's more the blue light.
Okay.
Yeah. Calcium HK is used to track stellar magnetism. I'm more used to looking at stars, magnetic fields of stars and sun, but yeah.
And now that I'm here in Miami,
by the way,
now that I'm here in Miami, I can't really do any astronomy except for using telescopes elsewhere.
Remote.
The entire time I've been in Missouri, it's been overcast the entire time. I guess that's why I live in California.
I live in Michigan. What do you freaking think?
I was in middle of nowhere, Texas before, and now I'm in the middle of a city. So big change for being able to see the sky.
If you want to have
change
some
from
fun,
McDonald University,
just try to take an image of something in eye, and you'll get this lovely kind of dolly image of just
in eye
gunk.
Eye telescope.
It's infrared technically. Well, it's called infrared, but it's the very, very near infrared part of the electromagnetic spectrum. It's very sensitive to water. And the reason why I say that is if you take an eye image in a heavily humid area, you get this kind of weird, kind of molted pattern on your screen. It's actually kind of pretty in a way.
I suppose a flat earther might look at that and think that it's a firmament.
Well, that's the metallic hydrogen that or the waters above.
Yes, yes,
the superfluid that surrounds us.
I've heard a dozen different explanations for it.
I shared an image of M20 on one of the Facebook groups you showed me to, Tune, and I said, well, okay, here's a picture of the Trifid Nebula, M20. You can clearly see I've taken this picture. And they're like, hey, great shot of the firmament. I'm like, that's not it.
Oh, I've got a better one than that. I took a picture of the Dumbbell Nebula once, which is
M27.
And what they did was I posted it, and I took it live, and then I posted it. And a flurfer got on there and said, look, I pulled that image up and Google searched it and I matched up the stars. You downloaded that off of Google because it looks exactly like this one on Google. And
I would thank him because that's impressive.
I was like, well, thank you. Thank you. It
Yeah.
should look like that.
Exactly. That's what I tell people too. It's like, if you think my stuff is fake, I must be doing something right.
Yeah.
They have no idea what that means, though.
Yeah, but he matched up the stars and said, because the stars in Google and the stars in my image matched, I obviously had to have downloaded it from the internet. And I'm thinking, yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah, you caught me.
Why are all the background stars all the same distance? Like, no, they're not. It's just the light. They're only, it's as much light as the telescope is allowing you to see.
Yeah. How do they know that? They don't.
Fun fact: the furthest distance between two stars in Orion is about 1,000 light years. They are no way proximate to each other.
Yeah, no.
It's perspective.
There's even Mizar and Alcor for
perspective makes things disappear bottom up. What are you talking about?
Well, great example for stars that don't even match up Mizar and Alcor. So they look like double stars, but they're not even close to each other. So how far apart are they? I forget their distances.
I don't know, but I know there's the Alberio pair that's Cygnus, and it looks like it actually looks like one of them, the brighter. There's one that's brighter, one that's not as, but it's actually the one that's not as bright that is closer to us than the one that is brighter.
Yeah, I love Alberio because it's a beautiful contrast in stellar color, and it's a beautiful contrast in stellar temperature. The blue star is like 10,000 Kelvin more hotter than the red star, and the red star appears brighter. And most people think blue cold, red hot, and in astronomy, it's a great teaching tool to tell them that no, actually you flip it. So I love Alberio.
Oh yeah.
How do you know the distances to stars? Quickly.
Look them up.
Look them up. Okay.
Trigonometric parallax. Trigonometric parallax,
first.
which was verified off of radar finding, and then Cepheid variables, which is based off of, or is calibrated off of trigonometric parallax. Then you've got main sequence fitting, which is calibrated off of Cepheids. Then you've got the Tully-Fisher effect, if you want to be really crude, or the Faber-Jackson effect, which is also very crude. And then you've got type 1a supernovae, and if you don't have a type 1a supernova handy, you've got Hubble's law. There you go. Cosmic distance ladder.
Yep.
In less than a minute.
And they
I thought
overlap.
you just look up an app.
Just an app.
I just say what Solarium says.
Same.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
One question Flatties often claim is they talk about shooting stars going up. Is that a thing?
They can go in any direction.
Yeah.
You can catch them going up off the horizon.
Those are called we call them earth grazers.
Yeah.
The really bright ones, the ones that make really amazing fireballs early on in the shower. We call them earth grazers.
Do you have any videos or pictures of them?
I've been lucky on some pictures of shooting stars, but definitely not earth grazers.
I haven't found it. I haven't looked really much, but I'd love to have that particular thing to just send them to shut them up on that topic.
A friend of mine did that for her master's research, so it's like I don't have that on me, but she has good pictures of bolides, which are a type. So they're really bright.
Oh, cool.
Those are amazing. They're blinking numismats, but oh man, they are just.
Well,
have you ever heard a bolide?
Yes. That's very rare, but there was definitely some bolides during a Perseid when you can definitely hear the little hiss.
Hear?
Explain
to the audience and me what you're talking about.
So a bolide is a meteorite that explodes, and it can explode high enough that you can actually hear the rumble. And I actually had one. We were watching the Perseids, clouds came in, one bolide came into the top of the cloud, exploded, and we actually heard it on top of Lookout Mountain.
Chattanooga.
That's pretty cool.
I've seen one fireball before, but that's all the fun that I've seen for seeing meteors.
Last year we were on a cruise down in the Caribbean, and I was up on the helicopter deck looking at stars. Guess that's what I do. But I saw a meteor come through, and I saw it shatter and spray out into a shotgun pattern.
Ooh,
it was
cool.
the biggest one I'd ever seen.
If you're familiar with the term cooler in poker or in blackjack, where they bring in another dealer to cool down the table so no one wins, I am the cooler for meteor showers. If you don't want to see a meteor shower, invite me, and then clouds will just spontaneously appear, and you will not be able to see the sky at all. And then when I leave, they go away.
I've read about some of the people that had that effect in the eclipse eclipse viewings in the early 1900s. So, all right.
Well, the key to it is buy a new piece of equipment, and you'll be guaranteed. It comes with a nice box of clouds.
Oh, that's
every piece of astronomy equipment comes with a box of clouds and a 4-week subscription.
That's convenient. So, all right.
Yep.
Ken G is asking if any of you guys have links to your channels. Put it in the Zoom chat here, and he'll get them on the website for this live stream. The next section is just Red's rhetoric. So we're gonna keep talking, and Reds can come in and talk with us.
Red's quite an astronomer himself,
He's no slacker. He's learned a lot, I know, from Astronomy Live, who can't be here. Unfortunately, I asked him, but I was going to have 6 astronomers. That would have been amazing.
Well, if you guys want to help me with a little project, I've got one coming up.
What's this?
I want to measure the diameter of the Earth using the fact that geostationary satellites get eclipsed at the equinox. So we're going to time the eclipse of whatever geostationary satellite is convenient to you. And we're going to try and figure out the diameter of the Earth from the size of the shadow. So it should be kind of cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to eclipse for 109, 110 minutes, based on what I've seen. But you can actually calculate the size of the shadow, because the size of the Earth's shadow at the level of the moon is the Earth's shadow is 3.6 times the diameter of the moon at the orbit of the moon. And if you use what was his name? Aristarchus? Yeah.
Aristarchus tried it, yeah.
Yeah, Aristarchus, and that means that the diameter of the Earth is 4.6 times the diameter of the moon. Well, obviously the shadow of the moon, or the shadow of the Earth, cones down out to about 1 million miles, and the moon passes through it during an eclipse. Well, the same thing happens with geostationary satellites, and you can calculate the size of the Earth's shadow at the level of the geostationary satellites. It's about, you got to divide it, I think, by about it's about 2% smaller than the Earth's diameter there. It's about equal to the Earth's diameter, 97.8% of the Earth's diameter out at that level. So you can actually calculate the diameter of the Earth from timing that. You can also get an idea on refraction. So it should be kind of an interesting thing. I'm going to do a video on it on Shamrock Banks in the next couple of days, just talking about it and using Wolfie's data, and then we'll all do it at the equinox. I'd like to get a bunch of people all over the world to do it at the same time.
Do they need telescopes?
You can do it with a camera. You do not need a tracking mount, because geostationary satellites don't need to be tracked. You just need to be able to identify them.
Okay.
And then monitor them, and with some sort of a reasonable video rate, so you can determine, when they blink out exactly, and then when they come back in. It's got to be a continuous video for 75 minutes or so.
Oh, so you want would stills work?
As long as they're timed, but I need to know the exact moment that it blinks out and the exact moment that it comes back in. And it would be nice to have the thing on a continuous video, so we don't have to deal with these flurfs saying that we edited stuff.
Got it.
If it's clear in Denver here, I can do a live stream on it on TikTok and give you the video after. That way they can't say
Perfect.
that we edited afterwards.
Oh yeah. Just what I'll do is I'll line them all up. I'll queue them all up so that they start at exactly the same second. And then, whatever satellite you happen to be looking at, it should come back up a certain period of time later, which should be pretty close. So I'll start them all at the same time and then have them go up, and then I'll make the raw files of the entire observation available because I'll probably speed it up. So just to say it wasn't manipulated, I'll have the raw files of every observation available as well.
Do you know approximately what magnitude these things are?
What, the geostationary satellites? Oh, they're bright.
Okay.
I mean,
Aren't they mag 5
can
or 6?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Oh.
you can practically see them with your eye. I know that when I shoot them, I think I use anywhere from an eighth to a half second exposure.
Wow. Okay.
So I mean, they're not ISS bright, but
Yeah.
they're freaking bright.
Okay.
They're real easy to see. You just have to be able to identify them. If you take a time lapse on just like a camera mount, you'll see the geostationaries will stand still and the stars will streak. That's how you could identify them. But it's a thought. It's something I'd like to do.
How high are geostationary?
Roughly 22,000 miles. Yes, I use miles because America.
Yeah, it's funny
Freedom
that
units.
for me, it's like I know the distance to the sun in miles, but not in kilometers.
149 million.
Okay.
No now.
Yes.
We've got in the house. We've got Reds.
Hey, how's it going? How's my mic?
Your mic is good.
All right, cool. Because I'm traveling right now, and so I'm using the built-in mic, so that's why it may sound terrible.
This
Yes.
nuclear fusion space. And it will Sorry about that.
About to say, I didn't know where I stumbled in.
Well, I'm trying to get this thing set up so that I can put that link in there.
Understood. Yeah, it just came from a conversation, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with a flat earther by name of Jason Bjorn on Twitter, but he came into one of my Twitter spaces not too long ago, like maybe an hour ago, and he had a very simple question for me, and it was, how did you measure the distance to the sun? And I spent about like 5, maybe 10 minutes explaining all the intricate details of it, and when I was done, he just left. So I was like, score. Yes. Excellent. I made him give up without posting a single meme. That counts for something. So Tune, I demand a trophy. I demand something equivalent to the employee of the month. There needs to be a NASA logo on it. I mean, I want everything.
So you want a participation trophy?
Absolutely.
Give the man his flowers.
Give me my damn flowers, because that was awesome. I worked really hard for those flowers.
Usually flat earthers usually respond with evidence by posting an off-topic meme. And amazing.
They didn't even get that far. He's like, well, I'm out of here, and then he bounced out of there. It was awesome. I've never seen a flat earther go full ejectocito on me. That was excellent.
We need to get you a large flat cookie that says congratulations, Reds.
Absolutely.
Or a pizza.
We got to get on that. But and I swear, if it's a mint cookie, you are dead to me. But also,
Fair.
I have been using the Nikon P1000 for a very long time, the flat earther camera choice. With it, I was able to measure the altitude, size, and speed of the space station, track rocket launches, unbroken from launch to landing, all that good stuff. But I'm happy to inform that I will actually be able to assist Bob, and this time not just spiritually. I will be acquiring a Celestron 8-inch HD telescope with a ASI 178mm monochrome camera because it's more light sensitive, and I don't need my data to be in color. And Bob, I would very much like to stretch out this new telescope's legs, if you catch my drift, with your observation concerning geostationary satellites.
That would be kind of cool. I'd love to have you. I'm glad to see you got a big boy telescope.
Yep. Did you hear that? Did you hear that, MC Tune? I'm a big boy now.
You are. Yeah, hold on. Let me show you my telescope though. Hold on.
Edge HDs are, whether they're 9 1/4 or 11, they are remarkable.
It's not mine. I'm borrowing it.
Right.
But yeah, this is, and you will hear people.
What kind of mount, Red?
It's going to be the CPC mount, so it's a alt azimuth mount.
Okay, that's
so
for what you're doing. That'll be fine.
Is it
fork? Well, the CPC mount is good.
Yeah, it's a fork.
Yeah, the CPC mount is a fork mount, but the good thing about it is that you can purchase a wedge for it and make it editorial.
Oh, look at Bob pulling out his.
Bob's got the big one.
Yeah, oh my goodness! I don't know, but
wait, Bob, what's the diameter of that?
Hold on a second.
What is that?
It's 10.
Flat Earthers think this beats everything else.
Oh yeah.
Oh no!
Actually, for the
they hate when I pull this one out.
That's a 10 or an 8.
That's an 8.
I can just
have a 14.
I can just point in a certain direction, and somewhere over that way there's a 24-inch diameter telescope I can use but have not used.
I got a 32 over there.
You win, Rob. You got the big boy on the block.
My telescope is bigger than yours.
Just
wait. Hold on. But wait a second. Anthony's telescope has been used longer than all y'all.
Yes, it's been open to the public since 1935, and 8 million people have looked through it since then.
Yeah, the one that I used when I was here was in the 50s. So it was made in the 50s. So you win.
Everybody's a winner.
I can beat both of you. Chamberlain Observatory, the 20-inch Clark.
Ah, nice.
Well, what I'm planning on doing is that when we do this observation, I think it would be a really good idea for every single one of us to be live streaming the observation at the exact same time.
Oh yeah.
That way flat earthers will not be able to say that, oh no, you CGI'd this after the fact. Oh no, it's real, and here we are live streaming the observation.
Well, I don't want to speak out of school, but I'm thinking very seriously about. I've got invitations out to Wally and Wolfie too. So we may not be able to do everybody live at the same time, but I mean, the idea is there.
Yeah, the idea is there. And if anything, we could all stream it to our own channels independently. So that way the information is there. And once the final video is posted, you can post a link to all the other videos in the description, just in case anyone wants to try and attempt to call us out.
Yeah.
They still will. They still will, no matter what.
How's that work out for them, though?
So they post a lot of memes.
Yeah.
Now
their ignorant followers believe it.
The level of upset they are is directly proportional to the number of memes they post in response.
No, it's the number of laughing faces they put in
response
to the comments.
You know, I have to agree with you there. I have to. You got me, man.
You can't make. There's not the hard, fast rules on this. You know, the flirt psychology is a complicated topic.
That's how quickly you can get them to hate quit, and I can get the audience to put 1 million pumpkins in a live with like Parker, like I did a few weeks ago.
I'm just waiting for one person to say that my footage is not good enough because it's in black and white because I'm using a monochrome camera. I'm already expecting it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, monochrome cameras are more sensitive to light. I can get more data with it.
Well, they should use that then against space telescopes, because space telescopes bring stuff back in black and white instead of in color. So
yeah.
Well, the RASA's got a black and white camera on it for that very reason. It's just much more sensitive.
Yeah, and you can filter it, which for research purposes is vital.
But black and white's a lot easier to transmit from space. So.
Yeah. The color cameras are for taking pretty pictures. Pretty snapshots. Because if you want to take really pretty pictures, you use a monochrome camera and filters.
Yeah.
And you spend 5 hours, imaging something. I take 20 minutes worth of images on and move on to the next.
And this is something that MC Toon was supposed to get back to me on, and so I just made the decision without him.
What?
But I asked him, what will equal the most amount of flat Earth butt hurt, data or pretty pictures? I'm deciding to go with data and measurements here. I think that would equal more flat earthers.
They don't understand it all.
No, they're visual. They're visual folks.
These are the people.
Visuals will hold their attention longer.
Yeah.
Well, what I do to piss them off is I like to, I go on there and I start live streaming a satellite in space as we're talking. That kind of pisses them off.
Oh, you mean those satellites that don't exist?
Yeah,
it's
the ones
just a
that show up
balloon.
exactly at the crosshairs when I slew to them.
Yeah.
Oh, those are just balloons.
You have to. All right. So you have to remember,
Formation.
Reds. We know this. These are the people that say Earth look flat, therefore Earth is flat. That's their mindset.
Yeah.
Data is meaningless to them.
Yeah, no.
I see. So what you're saying is I shouldn't really care what they want.
Correct. You're not.
Oh, they're going to move the goalposts on you.
Yes, Red. Yes.
It's not to convince the individual flirt you're talking to. It's to expose them as the publicly. That's what it is. That is the goal.
My goal is a
this is why
little
we're
different
friends.
than that. My goal is to educate the audience so they don't become them.
It's a different way of saying the same thing.
then there's
you're
me
much
who
nicer at
wants-
saying it than me.
See, then there's me who wants to do a channel like that, but does not have a channel at all because I don't have time.
Hey,
and you won't for about 2, 3, 4 more years.
I have a bunch of classes waived from the masters, so maybe before that. So
when
we'll find
you're
out.
not Eric Burns, but instead you're Professor Eric Burns. Then
One person was asking me, "Yo, Rez, why are you taking time off of work and driving all the way to Colorado and having your friend stay in Florida?" And my answer was, "You don't understand. Someone's wrong on the internet."
Yeah. You can't let that happen.
Oh my God, that would keep me up at night too.
Oh.
Somebody put out an erroneous video somewhere?
While I have some astrophotographers on there, I'm curious, what are your thoughts on, and this is also for the audience, what are your thoughts on the EV scope and the C-Star?
I can give you the way I see it is they're a different breed of telescopes. They're not traditional. They're not even what we would consider regular telescopes. They are for a certain audience. For the people, because when you look at something in the deep sky and it's grayscale, most of the time they're going to be like, "Oh, that's it." So if it's for astronomy outreach and getting people interested in looking at the deep sky, great. But then you can also say, and as I have done, I can achieve much better photos that are much more detailed with a much less expensive setup that's more powerful than those Eve scopes. So,
well, ZWO now has the C-Stars now at 500. These are
I literally bought one and I did a run on it. I did multiple live streams with the C-Star, and I did solar, lunar, deep sky. And if you want to get started out and you don't want to set up a mount and the whole 9 yards for $500, it did a brilliant job. Now, if you're looking to do amazing astrophotos, no, but you're going to get all the Messiers. You're going to be able to do it yourself. You're going to see sunspots, and you can dive into craters. And they just did an update that lets you get planets, and it's portable for $500. I think it's a good gateway drug into astrophotography.
I can agree with that too. But you can understand there's a lot of traditionals when suddenly Joe Casual can take really good images when they didn't have to learn all the things that we had to learn.
Yeah.
Hey, I started with 35 millimeter or 35 millimeter Kodak PPF in a freezer, manually guiding it, and that's how I found my first asteroid. So
I
yeah,
had to start from way lower than that. I had to start with a Nikon P1000.
Oh, gross.
I don't know.
right.
I've got kind of a different approach, but myself. But
my astrophotography is with this up to an eyepiece. So,
all right, I've got some questions here. as we're getting near the end of this this whole live stream. Are any of you going to go anywhere for the eclipse in April?
I wish.
Yes,
Maybe.
I'm going to go wherever the weather is clear.
Awesome.
That's
Bingo.
what I'm going to do.
Where I was for my last where I was for my master's is right on the center line, and now I'm halfway across the country. So,
awesome.
I need
Well,
to.
Go
I'm contacting UT Austin, or not UT Austin, UT San Antonio, when the semester starts and figure out what they're doing. My original plan was to go to Uvalde, Texas, and to try to do some kind of event because of the tragedy that happened there. But I'd like to, maybe partner up with UTSA to do it. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be in the San Antonio Uvalde area during the eclipse.
I'm thinking
gonna be
East
mobile.
Illinois. I'm thinking Western Illinois, maybe Arkansas. It really just depends. And as you said, go where it's clear.
Wow.
Yep,
That's what I did with 2017.
The distance is not going to matter to me. I will drive hundreds, thousands of miles to get clear weather.
I'm going to probably go back to Carbondale. The reason being is I saw the last eclipse from the airport in Carbondale. And if you look at the path of the eclipses, that one and this one form a big X right at Carbondale. And I figure that's where the aliens are going to show up.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So I'm going to head down there if the weather's good. If not, I'm going to find a clear patch of sky somewhere. That's why I got this thing.
Yeah.
So I'm running this and white light at the same time on the same mount. So
in 2017, me and like a bunch of people from my astronomy class, we were going to be in one part of South Carolina. It was cloudy, and we drove halfway across South Carolina to find a clear spot to watch it.
Oh wow!
What you do?
I will be somewhere near Naples, Texas, myself. So.
Well, if it's
I have
September, I'll
like 5
join.
invitations, but I told everyone I'm going to wait 4 days before to find out which one has the best opportunity.
Oh yeah, that's
the weather dictates where you're going to be.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate that it's unfortunately going to be in April when it's usually cloudy and rainy for a lot of places.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, but I guess I'll list 2 criteria here. One, that the weather is there, and there is at least one McToon.
At least one McToon.
At least one McToon. Isn't that right, McToon? I love when your eyes go crazy when I call you that. It's funny.
I actually, if flat earthers don't call that to me, I try to kind of correct them, because it's how they self-identify.
It's awesome. So yeah, I'll go wherever the weather's clear, and if you guys are there, then yeah, we'll have a beer afterwards.
Awesome.
Where's your friend Mick Toon?
Where's Toon going to be?
Naples, Texas. Somewhere
Naples, Texas. All right. So I may be in the same. Well, I'll definitely be in the same time zone.
Yeah. All right. Well,
so speaking of,
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I really wanted to tell this story. So it has to do with observing the sun, believe it or not. So public telescopes will have white light filters, having people look at the sun. This guy comes up and he says, "Wait, aren't you supposed to go blind?" "No, there's a special filter on there. You'll be just fine." And he looks through the scope and he says, "Oh, this looks really smooth." "Sure, looks pretty smooth, right?" I thought it would be rougher." "Okay, what do you mean by that?" "Aren't there supposed to be craters?"
What were you pointing at?
The sun.
The sun.
I was pointing at the sun, a white light image of the sun. He asked if there were supposed to be craters. And I was like, "Buddy, you're thinking of the moon. This is the sun." "Oh, yes, I knew that." Like,
so if you want to see the craters, you have to look at night.
Right. And I said, well, I said, good thing there's a 3-story science museum standing right behind me. So you should refresh your memory.
My favorite one, my story about like similar to that is I was teaching astronomy labs at Emory in Georgia, and one of my students, the first night when I took them out, looked up and he was puzzled, and I asked him, what you obviously have a question. What's your question? And he says, "Where are the lines?" I'm like, "Lines?" He's like, "Yeah, lines connecting all the stars."
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, "Are you talking about the constellation lines?" He's like, yeah, those.
Oh, that's
I'm like,
precious.
oh, and every professional fiber in me had to hold on and just calmly say, no, 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 those are actually just a representation on maps. So yeah, that's my, it took everything in me not to.
Rob, the correct
I
answer
appreciate
is
your restraint.
what? You can't see them?
But I do want to ask everyone for a favor during the solar eclipse. There's a thing that you can do where you stretch out a pure white sheet, and as the eclipse is happening, you see shadowy ripples on that white sheet. And we captured it before in 2017.
You're looking. You want shadow stinks. I know what you want.
Yeah. Now we captured it back in 2017. The video of it is on my channel. The only problem is that the video is terrible because the sheet was all wrinkly because the lawn was uneven. If we found some way to keep that sheet taut and smooth so that we can see the shadows that appear during the solar eclipse, that would be absolutely amazing.
I have pictures from the last eclipse somewhere with those. It's like if you just look at a tree, even the shadows from a tree, you'll see that. And one thing that we did with that is if you take like a blanket that has like a bunch of holes in it and just stretch it out, and you'll see all of the shadows straight down on it.
I have a video on my
that.
TikTok with the leaves with the holes, and then it's my entire driveway, white driveway with them all over it.
Well, it kind of looks like ripples just before totality. It looks like there's ripples streaming across the sheet. I want to capture that, but I want to do a better job this time because last time I messed up.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, we didn't do that. I was thinking you just meant the shadows in general, how the shadows become crescents as you get closer and closer.
No. This is something totally different. They look like it looks like shimmering water, but kind of shadowy. As just before the eclipse hits totality, you'll see that effect, but it becomes very visible if you have a pure white background, something like that. So what we did back in 2017 was we threw out a large white sheet just on the ground just to see what we could catch. And when we look back at the footage, we were like, wow, that's cool. If only we did a better job setting up the sheet.
Kind of like heat ripples. Is that what you're talking about? Kind of a similar.
You would have to take a look. I know for a fact that it's something coming from the solar eclipse itself. I don't know what it is. I don't pretend to know what it is, but I do know that it's really, really cool, and I want to capture it again. And if anyone in the live chat has any idea what it could be, I'm all ears because that was awesome seeing it.
The only thing I could think of would be like a shadow from the corona itself. I don't know.
And like, I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this is why I would want to repeat the observation. So what I would do is that we have now GoPro cameras that can film in 5K, 8K resolution or something crazy like that. So I would get the highest resolution camera possible, just looking at that sheet, and just before totality happens, record what happens. And you will see these shadowy ripples go across the white canvas. I don't know what they are. They're not crescents. They're definitely not crescents. It's nothing like that. But I captured it for the first one in 2017. I know it's there. I know it happens. But I just want to capture it again.
All right. Well, I've got a debate with Mallory coming, so I'm gonna have to wrap it up here.
Party pooper.
I know. But
the folks in the other chat are calling for Mallory, so
I know
we should.
Yeah, we were just the opening acts. We knew they weren't here for us.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
Thanks for having me. A pleasure to meet you all.
Thank you very much, everybody. It's my honor to have you all on, and so I will be doing a round 2 on the podcast, and so I'll be talking to each of you as I get my schedule for that. So be ready if you're, interested.
Thanks for having us there, Mike.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck with the marathon.
All right, we'll see y'all later.
Thank you, MC Tune, for everything, and a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you. And by the way, MC Tune, I did receive your gift. Thank you for sending me the flavored variety.
Yeah,
I do appreciate that.
Of course, yep. Anytime.
I don't even want to know.
Yep.
I just
that was supposed to be said after. Anyway, thanks everybody. See you later. Bye.
Bye.